not to keep beating a dead horse, but the AE map, the aerial projection map, or however you want to say it, the flat Earth map, as I like to call it, the Gleason map, the UN map, that map proves flat Earth. Not only does it prove, there's lots of proofs for flat Earth. Water always finds its level, the fact that we can't measure curvature, the fact that you can't detect motion, the fact that the pictures are CGI. These should be all proofs that the hypothesis that the Earth is a spinning sphere is not true. So in science, you take a hypothesis and then you do tests and experiments to draw a conclusion. And then if you do not get that conclusion, you then don't just take words and then make up things to meet your conclusion. I understand that you really want this to be a sphere. Now, the reason you want this to be a sphere is because you can't imagine an existence where that existence isn't sitting on something. And when they give you space, they are giving you a piece of existence for the Earth to sit on. So that's what my show gets into, and that's what my other episodes get into with belief. But until you can wrap your head around that, you are not going to, or unless you just like metaphysics and math, you might be able to like my show. But unless you understand this, you're not going to understand what I'm saying. And you're not going to understand what flat earthers believe. Flat earthers do believe the same thing. We just can't understand that you can't understand the curvature or the water finding its level, or read Carpenter's book, 100 Proofs, or read Eric Dubé's book, 200 Proofs that the Earth is flat. I mean, those are proofs that your hypothesis of your, and you keep saying, no, because you come up with this fake experiment that proves something of a fallacy that you made up of ours, but it is not true. So Alex Gleason made a map from the globe. Yes, this is true. He called it a projection of the globe. That doesn't mean the globe works or the globe is true. There is a globe. In 1492, a bunch of people took a bunch of cardboard and they made a circle, and then they put the Earth on it, and then they put it on a tilt. I get that. I understand that you believe that is true, and I understand that you believe you can navigate with that. That map and that model may not be 100% to scale on his particular map. I don't want to argue all the details, but there are certain flight patterns that if you run them on the flat map, that's the way we go. It proves that that's the action of the words. When they fly certain routes in the World War II flight plans and you put it on the AE map, it sure looks like that's what the Earth is. It sure looks like they're not going over Antarctica. It sure looks like they're not going over the North Pole. The North Pole and we're not calling it the Antarctica anymore. I'm sorry. We're calling it the Alex Gleason. I mean, not the Alex Gleason. We're going to call it the Richard E. Byrd ice wall. So they're going around the Richard E. Byrd ice wall. They're going around the North Pole. They're not going through it. They're not going through one side of the sphere and through the other. And your brain needs it to. Your brain needs a stage for the Earth to sit on. So there was a guy named Auguste Pannard. He went up 50,000 feet, I believe, on a hot air balloon. He was the first person to go up the highest in a hot air balloon. And he said it looks like it's a flat disc sitting on upturned edges. Could you take a hot air balloon and, sorry, it's hot in here. Could you take a hot air balloon and get a big giant camera and take a picture of the whole Earth? The Earth is probably 60,000 miles in circumference. They say it's 25,000 miles in circumference. It is a flat circle-ish. It could be a cube. It could be a square. It could be sitting on pillars. We don't know that. Could you do that? I don't know. Maybe. Could we fly outside, and could we fly straight? So people don't like, well, what direction are we going to fly from? Fly straight. Whatever. We are going west, and then when you hit New Zealand, you're at the farthest most west corner, southeast corner. But don't go south. Go west and go straight. And we believe you were going to hit some sort of ice barrier, some sort of more land. And it's not just ice. There is more land. You're going to hit more land, and it's not Antarctica. Don't go south. Because, yes, you can go south down to your Antarctica, which is your solid landmass. And they do not circumnavigate it. They just don't. And when you put it on the Gleason map, they use the Gleason map when it's convenient for them, and then they use the globe to show what they did on the Gleason map. So they do the Gleason map to navigate, and then to prove that it's a ball, then they put it back on a ball and just project it back to a ball. You can project it as a flat map, and you can project it as a ball. The word projection just means to mirror, just to reflect it back. That's, yes. But are you actually coming out the other side? No, you're not. And you got to get your head around this idea of space. If there is an ice wall and there is more land behind the poles and it's infinite or it's not infinite, either one, why is it so hard to comprehend? You love the fact that space is infinite. Space just goes on forever. We are aheliocentric. The sun is spinning around nothingness. And you're like, yeah, I'm cool with that. I'm cool with that. All the governments of the world want that. So then they can then fill in that nothingness for you and be your nothingness. And then you feel like something. You got to understand this concept. If there is a creator, then they're not the creator. I am not the creator. And this doesn't prove who the creator is. It just says there's a creation. If there's a creation, there's probably a creator. But that's a whole other subject. Then it's cool because then man is not creator. And we manage this creation. So let's manage this creation on this earth. Let's manage this land. Not worship it though. Not worship it, not pay taxes to it, not pay carbon taxes to it, and not want to kill man and make man sacrifice to us for that. No, I'm not. I don't take it there because then you go there, you're going to go full. You're going to become geocentric. Yes, the world is geocentric. Yes, it is the center of existence itself. You want to call it the universe? I don't like that word. I like existence. It is the center of existence. That is true. And I don't want you making me sacrifice to you for this existence. I get to live here too. And it is some sort of stage. I don't know what it's sitting on though. It's land out of water. We've never gone to the deepest of the ocean. There is something under the earth. There are some caves and stuff, and there's some creepy stuff under there, but we don't know. And they won't let us explore it. But I am determined to go explore it. And if you want to come or watch the show, we're going to go. And we're going to go past the Richard E. Byrd ice wall. We're going to go where he went because that's what he said he did. And I believe he did. And all the proofs are solid that water always finds its level, that there is no curvature. At 3 miles, there should be 72 inches of curvature. 8 miles squared. That makes sense, right? If it's 25,000 miles in circumference, why not? If the earth is not spinning, and a lot of people go, okay, I'll give you not spinning. Well, then it is not a sphere. We do not observe a sphere. I know your eyes want it to be a sphere. I know you need this. You need this. It's just your pride and just your ego. Just let go of it. And then your eyes will let your mind see.
Dare to be a Daniel, dare to stand alone, dare to have a purpose firm, dare to make it known. Standing by a purpose true, heeding God's command. Honor them, the faithful few. All hail to Daniel's band. Dare to be a Daniel, dare to stand alone, dare to have a purpose firm, dare to make it known. Many mighty men are lost, daring not to stand, who for God has been a host by joining Daniel's band.